Hello, I have a confession to make. I was speaking with a friend and colleague of mine yesterday, and we were talking about what I do and how I come on here. I'm that lady on the internet who loves you, Danielle Burnock from danielleburnock.com, and love yourself, etc. Love yourself from survive to thrive. And I talk about exposing hidden trauma, and I talk about how I've been healed, and I talk about lots of different things. But she said, but you don't tell the story. You don't tell the story. I want to hear the story. And so I look at that and I have talked about it without telling you the story. And I was remembering when I speak in front of people, and one particular time when I was sharing with a large group of women about why my name is a different name, and they wanted to know why, because I told them, well, I changed my name. I legally changed my first name in 1988, and then just kind of glossed over it. And they're like, well, why? Well, it's a story. And I acted out the whole story for them, and they're like, because they got to feel it with me, and I have not given that to you, and I'm sorry. And then the story of the spiritual trauma that I endured as a child. And I, in that same setting with those same women, because they asked, they wanted more, they wanted the story, I told them the story. And again, they went, because they felt it, because that's what stories do. And I apologize for being guarded. I have been opening up and being more vulnerable ever since I put this book out here. I have been more vulnerable than I have been in my whole life, but I need to be more, because you need to see, you need to understand, you need to feel, you need to know that I really do know, I really do understand what it feels like to be abandoned, that I know what it feels like to be neglected, to be depressed, to be thrown aside. I understand these things. I lived there. It's not just something I talk about. And so starting next week in February, I am going to be sharing my stories with you. And so until next week, I may pop in here again before then, because I have some things going on in my mind. I am preparing a course to go with this, answering the people who said, will you make a workbook? Will you make a workbook? And I never made a workbook, but I'm making a course, which is far more helpful for you. And I wish I would have had one. That would have been awesome. So I'm doing this because I love you, and I wish someone would have done this for me. And I will be back telling you my stories, inviting you in to my emotions so you can feel that, and you can feel seen, feel known, feel heard, and feel loved, and not just feel like I'm just saying that, because I don't just say that. I really do love you. That lady on the internet who loves you is not just someone who says it. I really do. And so I'm sorry that I have been guarded and I have not shared as much as I ought to have. And so I thank you for loving me anyways, and I will be back with more. I love you.